being here, I get to really practice doing less and being more. So many people are after the doing and the doing and the doing, and they're forgetting about their being as a person. I'm able to focus a lot more on my being. I'm able to focus a lot more on being fully present, being the man that I know that I'm meant to become. 10 years ago, when I was 19, 20 years young, I was looking at the version of the person I am, the man that I am now, and I knew that I'd become this man. When I left the States, I wasn't running from anything. I got a download December 19th that put me into action, meaning I had to evolve into the person who attract what it is that I have in my life right now. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It is David Denver Marisme from Atlanta, Georgia, and I moved here to Bangkok, Nonthaburi, Thailand. I moved to Thailand, first and foremost, it was a download that I just got. I got a download December 19th. It was just like, leave the States, you know? I had 4 options. It was either going to be Peru, which is my favorite country. I want to put that out there right now. Peru has my heart. The mountain people have my heart. It was Brazil, it was Tokyo, or it was Thailand. And when I started doing the research, it landed me on Thailand. I actually have a map on my wall right there. I like outlined all the different places that I was going to move to, and Thailand was the one. And then, yeah, that's what brought me to Thailand. And I booked a 2-week like stay at an Airbnb, and it was over. It was over with. Like, once I got here, my host family at the Airbnb were, I actually kind of get emotional thinking about it, because they were very inviting. You know, there was like a grandmother there that reminded me of my grandma back home. You know, she was like, "Oh, you're my son," and she just gave me this warm, loving energy that only a grandmother could give. Yeah, so she was amazing. So, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to my kingdom, my humble abode, my home away from home. So this is my amazing kitchen. I've got 4 burners, which was a definite must when I was choosing a condo, because I love to cook. I do meal prep a lot. This is my living room / war room, where I practice world domination, where I really, you know, do what I do best, run my businesses, and watch movies, listen to music, and yeah, I'll show you guys the bedroom. So this is gonna be my bedroom here. You know, I gotta have the extra refrigerator just in case the midnight munchies want to hit. So I got that here. Have a high bed, fit for a king, you know, naturally. This is where I sleep. No magic happens here. You know, we lock in, we get some rest, you know. And then we go to, well, I've known that I'm a world citizen and a world traveler since I was like a child. I knew from very young that America was not for me. I've just always known that. So to be honest with you, I've just known in my heart that eventually it's gonna be time to go. So that eventually happened December 19th, and then February 19th, I was here. This is actually where the magic does happen. This is where I create. This is my content room, my podcast room. This is where I look out and I thank God for the amazing life that I get to live every single day. And yeah, so this is it for me. This is where, you know, I've got photos of my family and my friends, and, you know, my constant reminders of why it is that I need to continue going hard in my life. Have my mom in the corner. Love my mom very much. And yeah, this is it. This is it for me, you know. If you guys want to check out the balcony, you know. But yeah, when I found this condo, I was like, I just want something that no one else in Bangkok has. With all due respect to all the other condo tours, no one's got this. I'm just being honest with you. I'm just saying. Like, shout out to the Most High. You know, I get to watch the guys on the jet skis every day. They come up and down here, you know. Yeah, I'm just very grateful. Very, very, very grateful. Sometimes I've gone jet skiing one time on the river, and Yeah, when I moved here, I needed something that was on the water. That was a necessity for me, for sure. Um, I didn't want to be and feel like I was in a city moving from a major city to another major city. Yeah, they are flying actually. Wow. They're like, wait for my friend. Wait for my friend. So the person I was staying with, shout out to you, Sean, if and when you see this, we would actually talk about what it would be like as soon as I landed. So as soon as I landed, I smelled that fresh Thailand air and it was over with. Like I walked out the airport and it was just like, I'm a spiritual person. So my DNA felt like this was where I needed to be, to be honest with you. Like it didn't just feel right. It was right. It was like, oh, this is what we've been working for so long. It's like when you set a goal in your life and you finally achieve that goal and you're like, man, I knew this was meant for me. Like I just knew it. I knew it in my spirit, in my bones, in my DNA. And I just was so grateful to be here. So the people were very kind. I have not had a bad experience here, if you will, when it comes to other people. And yeah, like I'm just grateful every day. That's something I will say. Like as soon as I landed on the plane, it is my longest time being on a plane, which is like 22 hours. So when I landed, I was like, oh, we made it safe. So I was super grateful for that. My day-to-day life is chill. It's sabay, sabay. I would say one of the primary differences between living in the States and living here is um, I work when I feel like it, and at the same time, I make sure to do at least one thing for my business every day. That's one thing. Full disclaimer, I do wake up between like 4 and 6 p.m. and ICT, which is Indochina time, and then I work through the night. I love working through the night, especially with the view that I have. Like I just love looking, like coming out here, taking a break and just like looking at my view and then getting back to work. So my day-to-day life is wake up 4 to 6 p.m. ICT time. Um, I do my push-ups, I pray, I meditate before I even look at my phone. Like I give time to myself. That's very big to me, is making sure that I show up for myself before I show up for everybody else in the world. And then I do intermittent fasting until about 9 p.m., 10 p.m. And I'm working during that time. And then break my fast, 9, 10 p.m. And then I take a walk around 1 or 2, and then I get back to it till the sun come up. And that's like my day to day. And there are days, right now the flow that I've been having since I've been here is like I'll work 4 days on and then take 3 days off. So like I end up sleeping for like 12 hours sometimes. And I love that. Like I love to sleep. Let me tell you, like yesterday, actually, I was up since like Thursday night. So, yeah, was it actually? No, Friday I woke up at 6. No, Thursday I woke up at 6 and I went to bed Saturday. Yeah, so so actually have an app that I created for this, where I'm able to tally all of my receipts, all of my expenses, all of my income. Because one of the things before I moved to Thailand, and I urge everybody to do, whether you're an entrepreneur or not, is do a financial audit. I do one every 2 weeks. I do one, and I track my finances because I am on the road to 1 million a month. That is the goal. And to do that, I need to understand where every penny is going, right? And so for me, right now, my condo, it was 30,000 baht. I negotiated it down to 26,000 baht, which equates to about $771 a month. My water bill is $2.36 a month, which is wild. My electric bill is around $90 US. So, but I'm running 2 ACs. I have my monitors, my TV. So, it makes sense. I don't go out much. I'm in this phase of my life where I'm very boring, to be honest with you, and I love it. Like I love when like being in my house. I love my space. Like I work hard for it, and I don't party. I don't drink. I don't smoke. It's just not. I'm not in that phase of my life anymore. Going into the city, if I take a Grab, runs me about maybe 200 baht, 250 bahts. It's about $8 there and back. So we'll call that $16. The ferry into the city is 30 baht. So I'll generally take the ferry. The last ferry into the city is about 5 p.m., 1700 hours. So I'll do that. It's 30 baht, like, and I get some work done on the ferry. Um, Food, I would say, runs me about 2,000 baht for the month. So that's about $60. And I am plant-based, so, and I meal prep a lot. Every Sunday I do meal prep and I make my breakfast and my lunch. Dinner, um, yeah, dinner. I mean, I eat 2 meals a day. So, as I told you guys, like I wake up between 4 and 6. So breakfast to me is 9 p.m. I still live like, I'm back home Eastern Standard Time. Um, I would say, all of my food expenses for the month are about $75. So I run a digital marketing agency called Mind Management Academy. That's Mind Management Academy. And we help businesses set up their systems, divulge their strategies, come up with their offers. Then we put their marketing in place. So we run all their campaigns. And then for all the leads that are coming in, we put a sales team in place. So we put a full stack in their business. It's definitely what I was doing in the States. I am a real estate investor back in the States as well. I do have my life insurance license. And, I've been an entrepreneur now for a decade. So I have not worked for anybody else in 10 years, and I take a lot of pride in that because it has not been tough, and to be completely honest with you, like a year ago, I was homeless, and it's not something that, like, if you would have saw me, you wouldn't have known because I just know that that is a part of, or was a part of my journey. I was staying with a good friend of mine, and I would say it's really important to have a tribe of people that you can really trust in, because I show up for a lot of people. And even talk about it right now is like a vulnerable moment for me. But I know that has been a part of my past, and I stayed true. And I just look at my life now, and I'm grateful that I went through what I went through, frankly. So when I first got here, they don't accept Amex. Okay, I was so upset because I got my Amex card is great. They don't accept Amex, so I had to download an app called Moretta Pay. This is not a sponsored ad, but this is just what I do. So I transfer money to my Moretta Pay to do the scan. 7-Eleven, for the most part, only accepts cash unless you have like, one of their partnered businesses. So that's like a little pro tip that I had to learn here. Like when I got here, I'll say this, when I lived back in the States, I don't like cash. I don't like having cash, especially coming from a spending and consumer society. When I have it, I want to spend it. Here, cash is king. Like the local street vendors and, most of the industry of Thailand is cash. It's a cash business. Even when you go to immigration, it's a cash business. So there's a lot of cash flow. So it's a cash heavy country. So I would say for me, it's just making sure when I go in the city, it's making sure I have enough cash. Honestly, yeah. So one of the things that I practice in my life is mindfulness, being fully present, like being here. I get to really practice doing less and being more. So many people are after the doing and the doing and the doing, and they're forgetting about their being as a person. I'm able to focus a lot more on my being. I'm able to focus a lot more on being fully present, on being the man that I know that I'm meant to become. And frankly, 10 years ago, when I was 19, 20 years young, I was looking at the version of the person I am, the man that I am now, and I knew that I'd become this man. So right now I'm aligning with the man who's 10 years from now in his 40s. How is he showing up in the world? How is he impacting the world? How is he as a man, as a father, as a husband, as, all the roles that he's going to be playing. So I'm making sure that the man that I'm building right now and the person I'm becoming right now is aligning with that man. Being an entrepreneur, 10 years now, a decade now, like it takes a lot of discipline because I have to show up. Like there's not like, if I don't show up, then there's nothing really gets done. Like my business, there are parts of it that are automated, but it's like I can just focus more on the parts of myself, like I said, of like the being, right? Where I can just be more mindful. Like I'm doing yoga a lot more, I'm very big on calisthenics. So like I'm getting better and better with my handstands and, just like working on this vessel that I have and just being able to be the best version of myself. And I'm really able to have more clarity, especially like when it comes to my content. I've really been focusing more on my content because being an entrepreneur, content is cool and all that, but frankly, it doesn't always translate to business. And I'm running a business, frankly. And so one of the main things that I've focused on the past, I would say 8 years, has just been like putting in that work in my business, delivering actual results for my clients. And now I'm like, okay, now I have a space dedicated for content, which feels good. So I can come in here, I can shoot my podcast, I can, do my talking heads and just look out and feel inspired. So I would say the focus on my content has been a lot more heavy for sure. I want to start with like the meaning of community. Community is common unity. What are the things that we have in common that bring us together? A lot of people throw around the world the word community, but to be honest with you, there are times where you have a group of people that have nothing in common, but something outside of themselves. Community to me is bringing a common group of people together in unity that have something in common internally. So for me, I have a community called Mindful Entrepreneurs. I am a mindful entrepreneur. So my audience and the person that I'm catering to is people that do yoga, people that meditate, people that have businesses, because ultimately your vibe attracts your tribe, right? And for me, like, I'm very big on vibration and I'm very intentional with the words that I speak and even the people that I talk to. I'm not for everybody. And I've recognized that in my life. And I think most people are chasing external validation and happiness from things outside of themselves. I'm genuinely happy alone and within myself. So I don't need anything externally to let me know that. And those are the type of people that I'm attracting into my life. We recently just did our first Mindful Entrepreneurs event, which was an incredible turnout. I've been here for 5 months, and to be able to build a community of people that show up and go to multiple locations meant a lot to me because it showed me that what I'm building here is actually impacting the people and the people need it. I have a community back in the States called Entrepreneur Conversations, and it's about 800 of us in our community. And so, I've been building community for, I would say, like the past 6, 7 years. I do focus on in-person events, and that has always been big to me. Is like, we can have all the followers that we want on the internet, but when it comes to getting butts in the seats and people in the door, do those really translate? And so for me, I've always measured real impact by people that show up, and but yeah, our events are based around, being active, whether that's doing yoga, working out, meditating, and then we have lunch. And I love to educate. I love to just give game. I've learned a lot in my entrepreneurial journey in the past 10 years. And I don't like to gatekeep. I love to just pour into people and see that light bulb go off for them. Nipsey Hussle said, the highest human act is to inspire. And so for me, if God called me home tomorrow, I know that I've inspired people and I've done my job while I'm here on this planet. For sure, I definitely feel like I've been able to assimilate into Thai culture. I feel welcome wherever I go. I'll be honest with you. I've never been in a place on this planet because I know that the frequency of my heart is pure and I have good intentions. And that's something that I just know and I don't have to question. And because I have good intentions and pure intentions, I attract my tribe. That's one of the reasons I say Peru is my favorite country is because when I landed there, the love, the synchronicity, the how kismet the experience was. It was like, wow. And I experienced that here in Thailand too, where it's just magic stuff happens. It's just like, what? Like, you can't make this up, and it just reminds me that I'm aligned in my purpose. One of the things that I love about Thai people is that they're very honest in a kind way. Because you can be honest and be rude, or off-putting. But what I've learned about Thai people is that they're very honest, and they get upset just like everybody else. Every human has emotions, but the way that they communicate it is in a respectful and honorable way. And I've always been big on, I'd rather you hurt my feelings by being honest with me than hurt my feelings by lying to me. I'd rather you just keep it a buck 100 because I'm always going to keep it a buck 100 no matter what. So, okay, I look at life, there's 4 pillars of life: health, wealth, love, and happiness. And so whenever I doing something in my life, I distill it through those four pillars. So health wise, I've been plant-based 9 years, so that still matters. Wealth wise, like I'm getting to my bag out here, like for real, like I'm in my bag and I feel that. I would say focusing on my retreat, and now that I really pull it out, because my retreat encompasses health, wealth, love, and happiness. It's like my vision is to do retreats here in Thailand, focused around mindfulness, focused around, community coming together, focused around massive transformation. Like the vision is to have people come to this retreat for a week. And not only are they leaving with new business ideas, but they're leaving with a deeper connection with their inner child. They're leaving with a deeper connection of community. They're leaving with a deeper connection and understanding of themselves. Because so many people are focused on, I got to do this, I got to do this, I got to go here, I got to get this. Whereas like, are you okay inside? When was the last time that you just took the time to just breathe and do nothing and just be with yourself? Most people cannot be with themselves for an hour. Most people cannot go an hour without looking at Instagram, without scrolling, without having to find dopamine externally, as opposed to just being fully present with themselves. And so for me, also I'm in this space. I'm just putting in the world. I'd like to get married soon. You know what I mean? Like I'm open and ready to receive love. I feel like I'm just like my businesses are doing good. My health is doing good. Um, and I have an open heart and I'm ready to receive and love. So I would say that. And I'm happy. Like I'm so happy. Like I said, like a year ago, I went through quite a bit, and I'm like looking at my life now. I'm like, dude, anything is possible. Like a year ago, I didn't not think I would be here in Thailand winning the way that I'm winning. So I will say this, how I said I do an audit every 2 weeks. The first 2 weeks that I got here, I was looking for a condo. And I got here February 19th. I didn't do an audit until like March 10th. And that was a no-no. I was humbled very quick because that was part of my routine and who I am. And I did an audit. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't do an audit till like April. I was like, oh my God, because when I moved here, there were phases. Phase 1 was find a condo. Phase 2 was get my visa. Phase 3 was explore and kind of get out there. And that's kind of the phase that I'm in right now, is like doing the things that I see in my vision. And phase 4 is just like travel all of Asia. So I'm still in that phase 2, phase 3 but that find the condo, visa, I was like just moving and shaking so much that I was abusing the things that got me here, right? One of the things I also just want to put this out for anybody that watches this, like what got you to a certain place is not what is going to allow you to stay there, right? You need to, I'll just say what happened for me. I had to go to my own funeral. The version of me before I came to Thailand had to die because the version of me now had to live, and both of them cannot coincide together. Okay. I cannot have scarcity and abundance in the same time, at the same mindset. Okay. So I literally had to go to my own funeral, meaning that there were things that got me here that I had to continue. And there were things that needed to stop. And doing my financial audits, I'm telling you, like I looked back and I spent a lot more money than I should have. I was going to 7-Eleven a lot more than I should have. Like I was just doing things emotionally rather than logically and rationally, and knowing good and well that this was not going to benefit the future version of me. This was going to benefit the version of me now. So I would say just being on top of my finances, because that is a routine of mine and it keeps me grounded. It keeps me knowing, okay, because money has 4 uses: spending, saving, sharing, and investing. Spending, saving, sharing, and investing. And so for me, it's knowing where my cash is flowing. When money comes into my life, I ask money, where do you want to go? Do you want to be saved? Do you want to be shared? Do you want to be spent? Do you want to be invested? Right? And so for me, making sure that I have enough to share, making sure I have enough to, send home to my family, because that's something I do monthly. Making sure I have enough for my investments, making sure that I have enough for me to, continue this lifestyle that I've built for myself. And just making sure that I have enough to save. So I would say that's the biggest money mistake, is not staying on top of my finances the way that I know that I should. Know your why. Align with that heavily. Um, my why definitely has evolved since I've been here. And that's part of it, is like knowing why it is that you want to do what it is that you want to do. And don't run away from something. And also don't chase, attract it into your life, right? When I left the States, I wasn't running from anything, right? I got a download December 19th that put me into action, meaning I had to evolve into the person that I'm still evolving into now to attract what it is that I have in my life right now. So it wasn't like I was running towards something or I was running from something. It was like, okay, this is what I see in my mind's eye. This is where I am. We need to align for us to be able to attract one another into, we need to align to attract one another towards each other. So that's what I'm doing right now. And meditate on it. That's one of the things, like, if you see it in your mind's eye, it exists somewhere, go get it. Go get it. You understand me? Because I'm not a religious person, but I am a spiritual person, and God gave me the vision to go and see it, meaning it exists somewhere. I just need to show up to be the man that has the thing that I saw in my life. So pray on it, meditate on it, and be patient with yourself as well. Don't rush. Don't rush. And yeah, thank you guys for coming to my TED Talk. I appreciate you. I'll be here all night.